Have you ever been in one of those moments? You hear a comment that just doesn't sit right with you, something that feels hateful or just plain wrong. Well, today, we're going to talk about the incredible power that just one person has to stand up and confront that hate.
We have all been there. A comment gets made, and in that split second, you're at a crossroads. On one side, you feel that pull to speak up, to stand against what you know is wrong. But then there's that other voice, the one whispering, just ignore it. Is it really worth getting involved? That single choice, it defines so much more than we realize.
And look, this isn't some far-off, abstract idea. This happens every day. Whether you're in Ahmedabad or Rajkot, just hanging out with friends, at your job, or even just scrolling online. This moment of decision, it pops up way more often than you think.
And that leads to this powerful idea. Inaction isn't a neutral choice. Silence can totally look like agreement, right? It's in that quiet space that hateful ideas get the oxygen they need to grow. And that really sets the stage for the story I want to share with you.
So, let's dive into our first section, One Person's Courage, and the story of a young guy named Karan.
So, picture this. Karan. He's 24, just a regular guy, and he's chilling with his friends. It's a totally normal, everyday scene. The kind of moment we've all been in 1,000 times. And then, all of a sudden, the whole vibe just shifts. One of his friends cracks a joke. But here's the thing. It isn't funny. It's a deeply offensive comment that targets a specific religion and women. You know that moment where the air just gets heavy?
And then the group laughs. Maybe it's that awkward, nervous kind of laughter, or maybe they actually think it's funny. But they laugh. Now, I want you to put yourself in his shoes for a second. The whole group is laughing. What do?
This is exactly what was racing through Karan's mind. He got it instantly. His silence in that moment wouldn't just be silence. It would be seen as approval. He knew that by staying quiet, he was pretty much nodding along.
So he made a choice. He took a deep breath, kind of steeled himself, and decided he had to say something. Not to start a fight, not with anger, but to just speak up, calmly but firmly.
And what he said was so simple but so powerful. He just looked at his friends and said, "Friends, this isn't a joke, it's an insult. We are better than this." See, he didn't attack the person, he called out the comment, and he appealed to who they were as a group. At first, yeah, he got some pushback. A couple of friends kind of made fun of him. But then, something pretty amazing happened. His courage gave other people courage. Two of his other friends spoke up, and they agreed with him. And just like that, the hateful talk stopped, dead in its tracks. The whole dynamic of that group changed in that one moment.
Karan's story is incredible, right? It just shows the power of one single voice. But what exactly was he standing up against? Let's take a minute to decode the 3 most common forms of hate we run into.
Okay, let's break down what we're really talking about here. First, there's Casteism. That's looking down on someone because of their caste or their color. The way to fight this, challenge those old, tired stereotypes whenever you hear them. Then there's Sexism, which is exactly what Karan faced. Discrimination or gross jokes about gender. The action here is to stand up for respect and call out that kind of objectification. And finally, you've got communal hate, which is all about trying to stir up trouble between religions. And the absolute key here is to fact-check before you even think about sharing something that feels inflammatory.
And it is so critical to understand this isn't just about what's right and wrong. There are real, serious legal consequences. Spreading hate speech is a crime. Under the new Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, or BNS law, it's an offense that can literally land you in jail. The stakes couldn't be higher.
So, knowing all of that, how can you be like Karan? How can you actually make a difference when you're facing that choice? Well, here's a little guide to action.
It really all comes down to 4 key things. First, and this is the big one, don't be silent. Find that courage to speak up, firmly but politely. Second, get educated. The more you understand about history, about the law, the stronger your voice becomes. Third, use the tools you've got. If you see harassment online, report it. And finally, be the example. Live your life in a way that shows unity and humanity are what really matter.
This just hits home, doesn't it? Silence is not a neutral position. When we choose to stay quiet in the face of injustice, we are, in a way, picking a side. Our silence has real weight. So what happens when more and more of us decide to be like Karan? What is that ripple effect when one voice becomes many? Let's talk about the future we can actually build together. Honestly, the impact is massive. When we stand up, we're not just making a point, we're strengthening the very foundations of equality and justice in our society. We hope create a real sense of safety for marginalized groups, we build a culture of inclusivity and respect, and in the end, we actively reduce the hate and division that's trying to tear us apart.
You know, true unity isn't about everyone agreeing on everything. It's about everyone standing together in solidarity against all forms of hate and discrimination. That's where our real strength is.
So, the next time you're in that moment, when you hear that comment and you're at that crossroads, remember Karan's story. Remember the incredible power that your voice holds. And the only question left is, are you ready to be the change?
एक कदम विकसित भारत की ओर